What if I told you that a single company was so incredibly confident in a cryptocurrency that it decided to place a nearly $1 billion bet on it? Well, today we're pulling back the curtain on a massive, almost hidden accumulation of XRP that could totally reshape its future. Let's dive in.
All right, let's kick things off with the one number that really made us stop and say, whoa, this isn't just some random milestone. It's the peak of a huge, really strategic financial play. 95%. Just let that sink in for a second. One single, very powerful company has now quietly hit 95% of its massive accumulation target for XRP. And just to be clear, we're not talking about some random crypto whale here. This is a calculated, strategic move that is now just about complete. So you're probably asking, 95% of what exactly? Well, of this. We're talking about nearly 389 million XRP tokens. That is the staggering amount that's been methodically bought up from the market and is now sitting in the treasury of just one company. You know, to really put that into perspective, at today's values, we are talking about an investment that is getting really, really close to $1 billion US. A $1 billion bet on where XRP is headed. So, of course, the obvious question is, who in the world is making this bet? Okay, let's get into the company that's behind this incredible accumulation. The company making these massive moves is Evernorth Holdings. And what I think is so fascinating here is that their backers are just as important. We're talking about Ripple itself, along with a bunch of other major crypto investors. And this isn't speculation. Data pulled right from the blockchain, what we call on-chain data, confirms they're one of the top institutional holders of XRP in the entire world. But here's the thing. Getting close to $1 billion worth of XRP isn't where the story ends. Nope. Evernorth has a very clear strategy to grow its holdings even more. And their plan involves tapping into the power of the public stock markets. So how are they going to do it? They're using something called a SPAC merger. Now, don't worry, that sounds way more complicated than it is. Put simply, a SPAC is just a shell company that's already on the stock market. It's created for one reason and one reason only, to raise a ton of cash and then merge with a private company, which instantly takes that company public. And that's exactly what's happening here. This route is way faster and has fewer regulatory hoops to jump through than a traditional IPO, which makes it perfect for a company moving at crypto speed. And you know, while this might sound really groundbreaking, it's actually a pretty familiar playbook in the crypto world. We've seen other huge players like TRON Inc, for example, use really similar strategies to build up their own giant digital asset treasuries. It's basically a proven method for super fast, large-scale growth. Okay, so let's shift gears and look at their specific goal and how this all builds into what you can only really call a billion-dollar quest. This chart just lays it all out perfectly. You can see the invested amount right there on the left, already over $947 million, sitting right on the doorstep of their $1 billion target on the right. I mean, they are incredibly close to hitting that initial funding goal. So this is the really crucial point to understand. This isn't about a one-time purchase. Their entire strategy, including this whole SPAC merger, is designed to actively and continuously expand their XRP holdings. This is a long-term strategic accumulation, and it signals a really deep belief in XRP's actual use case, way beyond just speculating on the price. And how's that strategy working out for them? Well, get this. In one recent 4-day stretch alone, their holdings generated an unrealized profit, so that's profit on paper that hasn't been cashed out yet, of about $46 million. That's the kind of potential that makes a billion-dollar bet like this one so compelling. All right, finally. Let's talk about why one company's quest actually matters to the entire XRP market, because this is the part that could really affect every single person who's holding or just watching this asset. Now, after digging through all the data, we found what might just be the single most important number in this entire story. Across their whole investment, Evernorth's average purchase price for all that XRP comes out to about $2.44. So why does that specific number matter so much? Because when an institution this big builds up such a massive position, their entry price can become this powerful psychological anchor for the entire market. Think about it. Human traders, trading bots, they're all now going to be watching that 244 level as a potential new price floor or a really key line of support. And that just leaves us with this fascinating question. Can one company's conviction, backed by incredibly deep pockets, actually create a brand new price floor for an entire digital asset? What's so cool is that we're watching it happen in real time. as a billion-dollar bet tries to do exactly that, and it's giving us a powerful look at how institutional money is shaping the future of finance.